All right, let's get into a book that honestly has been a game changer for so many people. Cal Newport's Deep Work. We're going to break down its core argument for a skill that's becoming incredibly rare, and because of that, incredibly valuable. You know this feeling, right? Your entire day is just a whirlwind of emails, Slack pings, and meetings that could have been emails. You're constantly jumping from one thing to the next, basically acting like a human network router. But then, at 6 o'clock, you shut your laptop and think, what did I actually get done today? It's a super frustrating and super common feeling.
And this state of constant distraction, it has a very, very real cost. Just look at this number. Over $1 million. That's how much one media company, Atlantic Media, figured out it was costing them per year just to process email. Their CTO calculated that every single message sent or received cost them almost $1 in paid time. $1 million a year just to manage the inbox. Wild.
So, how did our work lives get so distracted? It all comes down to the rise of what Newport has a name for: shallow work. Newport basically calls this the enemy of real progress. And it's all the stuff that fills our days, right? Answering emails while you're half listening in a Zoom call, scrolling through social media for a quick break, moving tasks around on your to-do list. These things create the illusion that we're being productive. They make us feel busy, but they don't actually move the needle on the things that matter. And this is the trap we all fall into. We've started to mistake all that activity, that hamster wheel of constant motion, for actual accomplishment. And our modern work culture often makes it worse, with open plan offices and the expectation that you'll reply to an email instantly. It's like we're being rewarded for spinning the wheel faster, not for building something meaningful. But here's the thing. While the rest of the world is defaulting to this shallow, distracted way of working, a huge economic shift is happening under the surface, and it's making the ability to focus your new superpower. This isn't just about feeling less stressed. It's about staying relevant in your career. Yeah, some MIT economists actually have a term for it: the Great Restructuring. The idea is that technology isn't just getting rid of jobs, it's splitting the labor market in two. As AI and intelligent machines get better at handling all that shallow stuff we were just talking about, the value of the skills that can't be automated just skyrockets. So, who are the winners in this new world? Newport points to two main groups. First, you've got the high-skilled folks, the people who can work with complex technology in creative ways. And second, you've got the superstars, the people who are the absolute best at what they do. And thanks to the internet, they can now serve a global market, which makes them way, way more valuable than someone who's just pretty good. So the big question is, how do you join one of those groups? How do you make sure you're going to thrive? Well, Newport's answer is really clear. You have to develop the superpower of focus. You have to learn how to do deep work. Deep work is the total opposite of the shallow. It's that state of flow, when you're so locked into a task that the rest of the world just fades away. Think about a programmer hunting down a tricky bug, or a writer wrestling with a really difficult chapter. That's when you're pushing your mind to its limits, and that's where the real magic happens. I mean, this chart really lays it out. It's so stark. Deep work creates, it improves your skills, and it's rare. Shallow work just maintains the status quo, and, well, anyone can do it. So you really have to ask yourself, which one of these columns am I spending most of my day in? Because that choice is what's going to determine your value. So what's in it for you? What are the big payoffs for doing deep work? Well, the first huge benefit is that it lets you learn really hard things really fast. And in an economy where new tools and skills are popping up all the time, being able to master complex stuff quickly is the ultimate competitive advantage. And the second major benefit? Deep work lets you produce at an elite level. See, it's not just about knowing things. You have to be able to turn that knowledge into real results that people care about. Deep work is the engine that lets you create high-quality stuff, and a lot of it. And look, this isn't just some productivity guru advice. There's actual brain science behind it. Performance experts call this deliberate practice. That intense, focused effort is what separates the pros from the amateurs. And on a neurological level, that intense focus triggers something called myelination. You can think of it like adding insulation to an electrical wire. Your brain literally wraps the important neural circuits in this fatty tissue, which lets them fire way faster and more efficiently. So deep work is literally rewiring your brain to make you better at what you do. Okay, so we're sold. Deep work is the key. But how do we actually do it? especially when the world feels like it's designed to distract us. Newport gives a bunch of practical rules, so let's check out 3 of the most powerful ones. First up, build a ritual. There's a famous story about the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. To make sure he wrote jokes every single day, he'd get a big wall calendar and put a big red X over each day he did the work. After just a few days, you get a chain. And as Seinfeld said, your only job is to not break the chain. A deep work ritual does the same thing for you. It removes the need for willpower and just makes focus a habit. Okay, number 2, make a grand gesture. When J.K. Rowling was really struggling to finish the last Harry Potter book, she did something pretty extreme. She checked into a fancy suite at a 5-star hotel. Why? Because that huge change of scenery and the money she was spending sent a massive signal to her brain: this is serious, this is important. It cut through all the procrastination and created the perfect environment for focus.
And third, here's one you can try today. It's called productive meditation. All you do is take a time when your body is busy but your mind is free, like when you're taking a walk or on your commute. Then you pick one single well-defined problem and just hold it in your mind. Every time you notice your attention drifting, you just gently guide it back. It's like doing bicep curls for your concentration muscle.
But here's the last piece of the puzzle, and it might be the most important. The reason to do deep work isn't just about your salary or your job title. It's actually about crafting a life that feels meaningful. Newport brings up this really powerful idea, a creed for medieval quarry workers. Now, their job was grueling, right? Just cutting stones all day. But their mindset was, we who cut mere stones must always be envisioning cathedrals. It's this idea of craftsmanship, of connecting your small daily efforts to a much larger, more profound purpose.
And that's Newport's big argument. Deep work turns modern knowledge work into a kind of craft. When you focus that intensely, when you push your skills to the limit and create things of real value, you tap into this deep well of professional satisfaction. You're no longer just answering emails. You're building your own cathedral. As the author Winifred Gallagher put it so perfectly, I'll live the focused life because it's the best kind there is. Ultimately, deep work isn't just a productivity strategy. It's a philosophy for living a better, more engaged life.
And that's just a taste of the powerful ideas inside Cal Newport's deep work. It's really a challenge to all of us. In a world that's literally designed to profit from our distraction, a world that's always pulling us toward the shallow end of the pool, the decision to go deep, well, it's an act of rebellion.